Good morning, guys. It's a beautiful morning. I woke up at about 6:30 because I wanted to watch the sunrise, but it was raining still. But now it's not. What a great way to wake up.
Oh, the day I break these chains, I'm bound for the life of the simple things.
Great little piece of breakfast burrito here, and a wonderful view out here. What's up, Yorkies? You okay to visit me?
Go, James, go.
We are rolling out. We got some lake sightseeing to go do here. I'm gonna roll around Kevin and lead us on down the highway. It's the first time he had to wait on me. He had to wait a little bit too. I was offloading an SD card and everything. He was all fired up and pulled forward, you know. Last night it rained a little bit. It looks like I still got some water from it dripping on the windshield here. Get it off and get headed on down the highway. That was a really nice camp spot, actually. I really enjoyed it. I couldn't even hear the highway, even as close as we are to it, and you know, just the water effect and the canyon and everything there, or the gorge. I mean, it was just really nice. We're over here at the Dry Falls Visitor Center, and it's got a pretty neat little overlook here, so I thought I'd take a peek at that real quick with you. But I can't remember which turnoff it was to Deep Lake anymore, which was where we used to cliff dive all the time. The main turnoff to Sun Lakes that we just passed looked like too big of a hill to go down from what I remembered. I didn't remember the hill being that steep, and so I ended up passing by it. So I'm gonna go in here, check where Deep Lake is again. It's been 24 years since I've been there. It's where I used to go cliff diving all the time. And what this was back in the day was a diversion of the Columbia River, is what's believed to have happened due to a big, huge ice dam up a ways north near where Wenatchee is today, Wenatchee, Washington. And so these falls where the massive Columbia River ripped through here. Awesome.
Small eagle or a big hawk just flew over.
Really, it could be either here. They have them both in this area. So guys, we are cruising in. I was glad to see the gate open here. This is on the way to Deep Lake. So when I was in high school, and like actually the end of junior high too, we used to come and do cliff diving here all the time. And I just loved this spot for that. And then, you know, my first real serious relationship, I spent a camping trip out here with the girl for a weekend at Deep Lake. So it's gonna be nice to see it, wander around it a little bit. And we're getting down close to the lake now here. I love all the lichen up on the cliffs. It's here in fall. It matches the foliage now that things are preparing for winter, you know. Looks like some interior designer did that. Those greens and oranges, a little bit of red. Wow, they killed off the primitive camping here that used to be here. Just saw a sign that said no primitive camping anymore. That's kind of wild. You used to even be able to camp right down here in this green space. Long time ago though. We're talking, like I said, it's been 24 years since I've been here, you know, so things change. A lot of things change. This parking lot area here never used to be this large. There was actually little camp spots right in here. Okay guys, so we're gonna be walking up here and checking out some of the little spots I used to go cliff diving at. There's about There's 3 that I remember for sure. Maybe there's another spot or 2 along here where you can jump off and everything. But this first one, I got a story to tell you. This one here is only about 12 feet high, right? But this was the first cliff diving experience that I ever had, the first one I ever went off. And it's really no higher than a high dive board right here. But I was so nervous, guys. I was sitting there and I came up to the edge of this cliff, you know, and I just felt my stomach just dump, you know, just before I was about ready to jump. I had to hold back for a second and take a look at it for a few more seconds, and then I went because I was with the boys and I couldn't back down, you know. It's a good view from here too, though. It's real pretty. I don't know why I didn't really recognize that as much when I was younger, you know? I didn't really think of this area as being real pretty, you know? But it certainly is, don't you agree? Now this one here, guys, was the tallest one I really ever felt comfortable jumping on off on a regular basis. We're almost 30 feet now, not quite, from the water. After I got acclimated over there on that other one I just showed you, I kind of moved up to this because that one became no big deal. And this was just right. It gave you a little bit of a thrill, but if you landed wrong, it didn't hurt that bad and stuff. Now the next one I'm going to show you, I only ever went off of it one time and never again. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys along the edge here with me, and we're going to go and see the last spot that I ever went off of. Here is the highest spot that I ever jumped off. This is almost 55 feet. Somebody taped it. I don't remember the inches. It was 54 something. And so I dove off one time and I jumped. I didn't actually dive on that one. And I hit the water pretty good. When I hit the water, my feet broke the water really easy. It didn't sting or anything like sometimes if your feet are a little too flat or you're at too much of an angle. But I must have had my head down a little bit still because the water rushed up and it ripped open my eyelids because I'd closed my eyes, right? And the water all rushed up into my eyes and it hurt. So I swam out along here and came up this little trail over here that's behind that bush. Maybe if I go up here you could see it where it comes back up right from the lake over there. But this was the highest one I ever did. You can climb back up there and there's a little bit of a trail back around here around the corner, and all the way out there, that cropping right there, so that was nicknamed the Snowball. And I only ever saw 2 people ever go off of that one. The first one, he was a professional cliff diver guy, one of those guys that dive off the cliffs over there in Hawaii and stuff. And he, I mean, he was so graceful. He went right off of it, straight dive, broke the water, swam back up. It was fine, and it was just awesome. Everybody was cheering and stuff. But I was like 16, I think, and we saw this drunk guy go off of it. Man, when he hit the water, he hit it kind of sideways, and it sounded like somebody took a sledgehammer and whacked the concrete, you know. And he just was moaning. 4 or 5 of us jumped in there. We drug him back to the shoreline and everything, and he went out in an ambulance. Somebody went up into the ranger and had him call him and stuff, and we pulled him back over to the dock, taking turns across the lake here. But yeah, that made me definitely not want to try that, you know. Man, that's a big old praying mantis. You guys see it? Wow, he's a big old boy. His camouflage isn't very good. If this blind guy here could see him. Get out there, connect with people, live your big story and make sure you do something every single day to reduce world suck. Peace, guys.